Well, I didn't know today was going to turn into a two-parter vlog. I'm filming this on my GoPro on the tripod. I'm going to try and use it a bit more. It's got a horrible banging on the audio, but I've realised if I keep it very still, then it doesn't do it. So let's see how this turns out. But anyway, right now, it's trellis o'clock. I'm going to try and secure this in the little patch of earth where I'm just going to grow a few bean plants. See if that's a possibility. I need to find some string, I think. We're just going to go here by the wall, and I'm hoping to tether the trellis to that, which is the pole for my washing line. I've completely forgotten that I've used up all my string, look, when I moved house. And I never buy it, I just accumulate it, you know. So this has come off something, I don't know, something I bought and I've just shoved it in there. So that's all I have, so I'm going to have to use the wire ties. I can't find the cable ties either. Oh well. For some reason my soil is full of these tiny bits of plasticky stuff and they're all exactly the same. There's a bit there, look. Very strange. I've just picked loads and loads and loads out. I've realised the trellis is not going to be anywhere near tall enough for the beans, but it's just going to have to do, and then I'm going to have to stick something else to it as the beans start advancing up it. I'm just digging a trench to put that trellis in. This soil is not very deep, it literally just goes down to there. But I'm just going to have to make do with what I've got and make the best of it during the lockdown. It's lovely and easy to dig though, because this is just potting compost that someone's put in, I think. The trellis is in position. It's not brilliant, but it's the best I could manage, and I've tethered it basically just to this washing line pole in a rather unorthodox manner. I'm going to fill the earth in and then I'm going to plant the beans. Well, here are the beans. Now Dad has said to plant these 6 inches apart. The plan is to plant double and then pinch them out if they survive, but we're expecting the slugs to eat some. So this is the strategy, the slug strategy, because we're not using pellets. I'm just going to do double, and hopefully if they eat half we still have plenty left. I'm not doing many. This is kind of an experiment this year to see how we get on. I'm tempted to do some behind, like zigzag. I think that's what I'm going to try and do. It's going to be a bit fiddly, but my hands will fit through there, so that'll be all right. Will I be able to harvest them? Probably. Where there's a will, there's a way. We'll see. Might present a challenge. This is my dibber. Said about 2 inches deep. If I do them in the pattern with the trellis, then I'll know where they are, won't I? It's like a diamond shape. Well, these are too close together, but as Dad said, we're doing double, so I'm not using any maths, I'm just making a pretty pattern. Hopefully it's not a disaster. I'm literally planting 36, which is way too many. They're going to be a bit crowded, but I could always dig them up and move them, couldn't I? And if I can find some more sticks to grow them up, perhaps when I go on one of my walks, go in the evening and drag a stick back. I don't want to get arrested. I don't know if you're allowed to help yourself to branches out of parks and things. Probably not. This is beautiful soil. I think the plants are going to be very happy in here. They'll be like, Imogen, why didn't you do this years ago? Well, yeah, I've only been here a year actually, less than a year. That's why. There you go, I'm forgiven. I forgive myself. Give it a bit of water. Of course I do not own a watering can, so I'm having a watering bowl. Simple life. Okay, well that's Operation Bean complete. I'm just going to sort this bread out a minute because that will just go off if I don't put it in the freezer. I'm just using foil to wrap up 4 slices because that kind of will do me and Izzy for a day. We don't eat a lot of bread. We rarely eat toast, and now we're not eating a lot of sandwiches because that's the sort of thing we would eat for packed lunch, and we're not having packed lunches. Now I have heard that cutting foil sharpens your scissors. There's one. The advantage of using the foil, well, it's recyclable for a start. But also, If you make frozen sandwiches out of it when you get it out of the freezer, you can just wrap it back up in the foil again and sort of reuse it with sandwiches. Because it doesn't really get dirty particularly with just bread in it. I've narrowed it down to this much here, so we should be able to use that before it goes off, I think. Next, I'm going to make some lolly thingies in these IKEA lolly makers. I'm using up the leftover slushy syrup, and it actually works quite well for ice lollies. It's going to be a bit of a mixture. That really pongs. I was just using the last of the red up, hence the mix. Yeah, it should about do it. Oh, that's a funny colour. I shall look forward to having these later. Very refreshing. You can make them with juice though, it doesn't have to be noxious slushy stuff, it's just we had loads to use up and the slushy maker was just not to be, it was a disaster. I should write to Amazon and complain, to be honest. I just haven't got round to it. And it broke on about the third use. I bought it back in December, so it might be a bit late. It's flower planting time. Izzy's going to choose where to put everything. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing where they go. What you're planting first, the petunias, you have to sort of stick your fingers in and pinch them out. Oh, yes, it, and push it up from the bottom.
I don't really like getting my hands dirty.
Come on, stop being a sissy.
I don't know how to get it out.
Right, give it a good shove up from the bottom, like the ice cubes. Just literally just shove it up from the bottom like that. With a pinch. Out it comes. That's it. You're just going to have to get your hands a bit dirty, love. It's fine. If you really want, you can put gardening gloves on.
Oh, I don't like gloves. I prefer to do this.
Yeah, it's fine. It's lovely. It's lovely, clean compost. There's no cat poo. There's no glass.
I just don't like touching gross things like soil.
It's not gross, love. It's fine.
It's just never something I've liked.
How far apart do you think we need to plant these? Shall I Google it? Well, they might bush out, you see, and crowd each other.
Yeah, you Google it.
I'll do some Googling. That's it, go on. Yeah, she's doing it! She's doing it! That's it, good hard pinch, that's it. That's fine. You can chuck the rest of the soil in the bed then, can't you? 12 inches, so I've given her a ruler to measure, because she didn't want to estimate.
I don't like estimating, it's too risky. Because you could get it wrong.
Don't forget to leave room for the geraniums. You could zigzag them if you want to. You don't have to put them in a straight line.
I want to make them in a straight line so they look coordinated.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Well, they're going in gradually, aren't they, Izzy? Yeah. Not quite sure where the geraniums are going to go. I'll have to squeeze them in somewhere.
There, done.
Well, we've had another casualty. She was trying to touch it so gingerly so as not to get a single speck of dirt on her hands that she dropped the geranium on its head and it snapped a bit off, so she just poked it in the earth. So I don't think that's going to survive, but you never know. So she's ended up squashing these in now. Well, she didn't enjoy that. Well, I tried. She just did it as quickly as she could possibly do it so she could get her hands washed and go and do more drawing. Maybe she'll get more into it as the summer goes on and she sees the fruits of her labour. Courgettes are going to go in these pots here up on this table because hopefully it'll stop the slugs finding them so easily, and I'll put a bit of salt around the edge or something. It says here you can sow outdoors just at the end of May now, which is what it is, but I just literally haven't got anywhere else to put them, so I'm going to put them there for now, and I'm going to see if I can get online and order some grow bags or big pots, more compost to put them in. Don't know what. Supermarkets are obviously out of the question because you've got to save them for vulnerable people, so I'm just going to start them and just hope for the best. It is overcrowding a bit, but I'm going to put 3 in each pot and then thin them out then as they grow, and hopefully I get some other resources. Right. It's probably too much, isn't it? Don't know what I'm doing. There we are. Well, it's a bit later now. I've just edited all this vlog so far up to this point, and that GoPro, apologies. He is in the doghouse. Look, I've wedged him into his casing with his fluffits on, rather hoping that would absorb some of the shock and stop that noise that goes on it. I tell you what, you know that shot where I was just panning across the flower bed and it was going bang, 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 bang. I was literally just going as gently as I could like that. But just the motion of me pouring that water in spurts was making it go bang like that. It's horrific. So I've concluded that the only way I can use this GoPro is to use it still on a stand. That's the only way, or still without a stand. Because normally when I use it out and about, I don't have it in the casing. I pinch it as hard as I can between my thumb and finger, and I can fit it in my pocket then. So if I'm filming in a shop or something where people don't necessarily feel comfortable if they see a camera, like you probably noticed that I don't tend to film people very often when I'm in public. Because I'm quite conscientious about people's privacy. Yeah, if I'm surreptitiously filming, the GoPro's ideal except for that banging. So I do apologise for the bad audio sometimes on the out and about close-up crops of supermarket shelves and things. I'd like to get an Osmo one day. But the thing is with the Osmo, they're these little cameras on a gimbal, and so they're not too expensive. I think they're between £300 and £400. I mean, that's too expensive for me, but as cameras go, it's not too expensive. But they're not waterproof and they can't zoom, and I really like the zoom on this Sony. I'm being technical now. But it's big, it's quite big and chunky, this camera, as you've probably seen from when I filmed in the mirror. And it's not discreet. And like, say if I'm filming in a shop, I don't want to freak people out because they might think they're getting filmed, but I'm honestly not filming them. And if I do accidentally catch them, I usually crop them out so they're not identifiable, because I know that not everybody likes to be on camera, and they certainly don't all want to be on YouTube. We're not all extroverts. But anyway, I am going to get online, see if I can order some clothing that Isabel is apparently sending me links to that she's chosen. So I'm going to just veto that, see if it's in our price range and if I think it's a sensible purchase or not. And I'm also going to see if I can get some big pots for the courgettes and potting compost by some online method that will deliver. Problem with Amazon is it's taking a long time for things to come at the moment, presumably because of the high demand for items online. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to end the vlog, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!